Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Ceren, I'm an ADHD, math teacher and game developer. My pronouns are she, they. This channel belongs to my lovely girlfriend Fern, and she made this VTube model. We create content together and I plan to create content about autism, ADHD, and transactivism. In this video I'm reacting to some autistic TikToks. You can find the links of the TikToks in the description. Okay, let's start.
Alright, but hear me out. No autistic person has all 5 of the following.
Okay.
A typical relationship with sleeping.
No.
Cisgender heterosexuality.
Never.
A driver's license.
I don't know.
Absolute lack of feelings about or history with the psychiatric industry.
No.
And last but not least, a normatively functioning gastrointestinal system.
Yes, autism is a spectrum. But many people think the autism spectrum looks like this, ranging from less autistic to more autistic. But that is not the case.
Yes.
In reality, the autism spectrum looks more like this. The spectrum refers to the various autistic traits that people experience, and how they experience those traits or how much they experience those traits. So each autistic person falls somewhere different on the continuum, and their places can change. Each of these traits impact people's lives differently, and people need different amounts of support. For example, right now in my life, I think my spectrum looks something like this. I need more support in some areas and less in others. And
hey, it's okay. It's not false. By the way, not autism spectrum. Any spectrum works like this. We have some variables. For example, routine, sensory issues, fidgeting, executive functioning, and these gathered and create the spectrum. That's okay, but some ranges affect other ranges. For example, routine range affects sensory or fidgeting or eye contact rate, or sensory issues affects the executive functioning or social difficulties. It's kind of true, but not entirely accurate. But it's better than on-off switch. You know, spectrums not like on-off switch. You don't be a less autistic or more autistic, or low functioning or high functioning. You're in the spectrum or you are not in the spectrum. That's the case.
And that's okay.
Hey, my name's Ren. I'll be doing your assessment today. Thanks so much for meeting with me. Yeah, of course. Here, have some yogurt.
I ate everything with a small spoon. Yogurt, any food. I choose every time the small spoon, and okay.
I see. Would you mind standing up for me?
Oh, T-Rex arms. Yeah, you know, I'm a teacher, and whenever I teach or doing something seriously, I do the T-Rex arms, and my student asks all the time, why you do this? And I don't know, it's I think it's okay. And whenever I do something seriously while I'm stand up, I do the T-Rex arms and I feel more serious. When I do this, I feel more serious, and I don't know why.
What?
It's so true.
In recent days, I can't masking, and my students always ask, "Teacher, are you okay? Teacher, are you feel sad?" And I said all the time, "I'm okay, and it's not a problem. I'm okay." And I don't know why, but I can't masking. Maybe it's something good. I don't know.
I can't, bro.
Literally, if I were to completely unmask and be my most true, undeniable self, I'd be completely like Wednesday. And I
Yes,
was. Like, if
I
you
am
look back at
too.
pictures of me in elementary and middle school, or even videos
And
of
I
the way
was
I
too.
acted, you'd be like twinsies. Over the years, however, I will say that I've grown a little bit more optimistic about life sometimes. I'm hoping I can get to a point in my life where I can unmask and be my most artistic, authentic self, and it would honestly probably look like a combination of Enid and Wednesday.
I like put my
Yeah,
piece in
same.
and no one responds.
It's
The full video was talking about this autistic phenomenon where we're in a group setting and people are talking and they're sharing things and we're responding to like a lot of the things that people are saying, because that's what you do when you're masking. You engage in a way that neurotypical feel seen, comforted, and engaged with. And then you say something and everyone goes silent and no one responds.
it's terrible. You already know that, but it's terrible. Why are you tell something? Why are you say nothing? We are in conversation now, but I don't know why this happened, but it's terrible feeling. Personally, I don't know what to say most of the call, and I prepare myself. I'm ready. I say something and no one responds. Well, it's not okay. This is actually good example for neurotypical and neurodivergent communication. I want to make a video about this, but I don't know, maybe.
And I am so upset by this phenomenon that has happened to me too many times to count that I had to
Yes,
make a video about it, because it's even worse when people then start a new conversation as if you haven't said anything.
And they changed the topic. Why? Why you change the topic? I say something and you change the topic. It's not okay. I want to leave.
I'm going to start just walking away from now on, because it really makes me feel so bad about myself. And I'm not dealing with that anymore. Would love to hear other ideas.
Like this.
Just because my autism isn't affecting you doesn't mean that it's not affecting me. We could be having a conversation and I could be internally having a meltdown about the clicking that I hear in the background, or if I'm making too much eye contact or not enough eye contact, or the way that my pants are too tight around my ankles. Just because you're not seeing it doesn't mean that I'm not struggling.
Yes, I want to say something. Okay, first of all, we need to normalize the ability to end any conversation at any time. It's not okay if I am not feel great, if I am not feel relaxed, I can end the conversation at any time, right? If I am a meltdown, I could leave the place. For example, I'm a teacher. I'm work with people most of the child, and sometimes I feel sad and I can't take it anymore. Maybe it's too much loud. Or something, I don't know, and I leave the classroom and go to safe place. My safe place is bathroom, by the way. But my safe place, and I'm resting for a while, and I came back to the classroom and continue the lesson. It's okay with jobs, it's okay with friendship. It could be. We're autistic and we need space. Think about this. Don't push so hard.
Do you ever get imposter syndrome, but then do something that is so obviously autistic that it just removes any and all doubts from your mind? Every time I am home alone, I take the opportunity to migrate out of my bedroom and into the living room of my house. Like, I will actually make use of the rest of my house. And so I grab my phone, I grab a squishmallow, and I go just to sit on the couch thinking I will be doing the same things I do in my room, aka just
This
going
is
on my
routine
phone,
and it's
except I'll be
okay.
doing it on the couch.
It should
And then
be
all of a
okay.
sudden, I will look up at the clock and realize I've spent the last 45 minutes on the couch, but not on my phone. No, my phone has sat next to me the entire time. What have I been doing for the past 45 minutes? Sitting on the couch, petting my squishmallow, rocking back and forth, and singing the same 2 lines of the same song over and over again.
This autism.
Yeah,
Definitely autistic.
Some of y'all really clearly related to my niche autism moments. So I've got some more. How are you enjoying that penne pasta with only butter and some Parmesan cheese as your safe food? Delicious.
I'm angry. Don't.
Wet jeans
Uh,
are the bane of my existence. How are the scars healing on the inside of your cheeks? From chewing them. I promise you, my love, you are not vain. You're just trying to figure out what expression you're supposed to be making. Did you ever have to teach yourself to tamp down your excitement? Because those neurotypicals would just look at you like you're the strangest person.
like villain
They're strange for not being able
neurotypicals.
to show their emotions properly, so...
Yeah, I can figure out why it's rude. Just some words. I said normal things, and I can't understand why it's rude. This is relatable.
Depending on your brand of autism, you might be more likely to experience emotional empathy versus cognitive empathy. Neurotypicals are more likely to experience cognitive empathy on a regular basis, where you logically understand why someone is feeling what they're feeling, versus emotional empathy, where you feel what other people are feeling, and there is no separation between their feelings and your feelings. Neurodivergent people, for a whole bunch of reasons, are also more likely to be people pleasers. And I just realized
I'm a people pleaser, but not like this. I'm a histrionic, by the way, and I want other people to feel good. And when I feel good about them, they show interest in me. And when they show interest in me, I feel good. It's work like this. And I'm people pleaser, but I don't have hyper empathy. I want to say
that my people pleasing functions as a mechanism to stop me from feeling other people's feelings, because if I'm people pleasing and trying to make sure that everybody else is fine, that means they're not fine. They're
histrionic like narcissism, and I can't feel others feeling. Kinda can't feel. Okay, I feel this, but not like a normal person or autistic person.
They're not mad, angry, sad, whatever, and I'm not feeling those feelings. If they're not sad, then I don't have to feel that.
Nothing can go wrong! Oh no, it all went wrong!
So I know this isn't exactly what you're talking about, but it does correlate. I was trying to explain to my mom last night after we went to our small town Christmas parade how I don't enjoy things the same way that other people enjoy them. Everybody was excited, laughing, talking. The people next to me were trying to have a conversation with me, and I was like, I had my AirPods in. I didn't want to participate in that way. I wanted to participate by observing. And my mom was saying afterwards that I looked like I didn't want to be there. I was like, no, I 100% wanted to be there.
And I hate being asked, are you okay? All the time in a situation like this. I'm okay, alright. I'm observing. I'm living in the moment. Why would you do that? I just don't want to get in touch right now. I'm there, okay? Leave me, but don't leave me all the time. Okay.
And I did enjoy it. But I was just absorbing and noticing everything. I was bringing up things like, did you see this? Did you see that? And both my parents, they were like, what? It's like how
I'm not
I
good
enjoy things,
observer,
how
but
I participate in things makes
yes,
neurotypical people
I relate
uncomfortable.
this.
Autism is a spectrum. Isn't everyone on it? When people think of the autism spectrum, they think of something like this. Like, everyone's autistic, but some people
Yes,
have
we
more
already
or less
talked about
autism.
this.
And that's why you might have heard labels like low or high functioning. But this is actually so wrong. The autism spectrum actually looks something like this. Autistic brains are completely different than neurotypical brains. It's actually impossible to have a little bit of autism, or a touch of autism. All autistic people have the same amount of autism too. If a person is autistic, they have a pie chart that's specific to them, and it looks different for every single autistic person.
Okay, pie chart of me and my partner is here. And if you want to solve the test, link is in the description.
And this is why terms like low functioning and high functioning are actually inaccurate. Terms like low or high masking are a better alternative. Because although I may seem high functioning, you're only seeing me mask my autistic traits to seem more neurotypical. Functioning labels are just a way for society to control us. It's just
The terms high functioning, low functioning are something invented by the capitalist system, okay, which literally doesn't want to help us. The capitalist system wants to divide people into little groups and include them in the system. Every autistic individual is at different point in the spectrum. The needs of every autistic individual are different. We are all of the different and we need different things, but the capitalist system gather us to even two groups and control us. Why capitalist system want to do this? Because they want to sell something to this and make money. They pathologize low functioning autistics and throw high functioning autistics into the middle of the ableist. This leads to the separation of autistic people. We are all on the spectrum. You can't be a less autistic or more autistic. You are autistic or you are not.
Just them telling us whether the way we display our autism is acceptable to them or not. No two autistic people are the same, and that is why it's called a spectrum. So no, not everyone is autistic. Bye guys.
I want to tell you guys about something called autistic inertia. Inertia is Newton's first law of motion. It states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an outside force.
It was really good to describe autistic inertia with Newton's first law. Okay, it's nice, but I never experienced the inertia. I know hyperfocus, and I know inertia by the way, but I experienced hyperfocus, but I've never been experienced inertia, I want to say.
So applying that law to autism, this is what it looks like. Difficulty with organization, struggle to start a project or task, finding it difficult to make a large plan and instead having to break it down into smaller sections, having intense focus on what you're interested in, like an attention tunnel. And if that's interrupted, oh boy.
It's like hyper focusing. I don't know, please drop comment about this, but you know, I've never experienced this, but I guess you do something and you cannot stop, all right, and you do this all the time. You do something and finally you stop with tired.
Transitioning into different topics or subjects or projects really difficult. So basically, if you're already doing something, it's really easy to keep going and doing it, unless someone stops you for some reason. And if you're not doing anything, it's really, really hard to just do it without something pushing you.
So there's this phenomenon that happens when you realize you're autistic, which is that you start reevaluating your entire life starting from childhood. And I just had this flash of a memory from my second semester of my junior year of college where I had basically like a mental breakdown and had to go on medical leave, so my parents took me to a psychiatrist who, after a 90-minute session, told my parents that I had an unidentified mood disorder and that he wanted...
What? Not mood disorder. What's the mood disorder? It's... okay. Medicine has misdiagnosed women and excluded trans women or trans people for centuries. I can't believe this is still going on in the 21st century. We can go to moon, but we can't do this. Okay.
To put me on Wellbutrin. The other day, my tremors were really bad and I spilled fried rice all over my stove and couldn't figure out how I was gonna clean it up. So I just had a freaking meltdown and felt like doomed, like I was non-functioning. And I just decided to eat a ginger chew to regulate my senses, and then I was literally fine. Like, sir, that's not a mood disorder, that's fucking autism.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. I love you. Bye.